fun things make life more boring. What up, guys? My name is Danuga, and right now I'm at the Oval near my house. And I was, what I was doing was, see this pole here, just this pole right there, and then the pole right over there. I was just sprinting between these two poles. It's something I've been doing at the end of the day because right now, like my brain, I can tell that I'm not like in a super like productive mode. Like my brain's kind of fried from the day, and I guess if I was at home, I'd probably be doing something that, obviously being tired mentally, you don't kind of get the energy to like, no, I'm gonna do something productive. I'm gonna clean my room. I'm gonna like something, right? You don't really get that when you're tired, or at least for me, I don't get that. So at these times, it's a time that my brain doesn't make the best like smartest choices and things like that. So I made the choice that I'll just come here and I'll just run, because even though it's like more taxing on your legs and like your cardiovascular system and like your body and stuff like that, it's not like taxing on your mind running, and that's why I've been doing it. Yeah, I'm not like a productivity guru who just comes to the oval and like sits and like meditates or something. I just do this for fun. But I did one run just then, and on the walk back to my starting point, I was thinking like, I cast my mind back to like 2 years ago, around this time 2 years ago. So I was going into year 10. So it was my last year of high school, because here in the ACT we have year 7 to year 10 is high school, and then 11 to 12 is college. Now, college is super duper serious. Like your ATAR, which your teachers won't say this as harshly as I'm going to say now, but your ATAR determines your life to like a pretty large extent. Obviously, a low ATAR won't mean you cannot make money or you cannot have a good life. What it means is that you can't do the more competitive courses in university, which are associated with having a higher quality of life and jobs that people want to do because they're good jobs in terms of finance, but also like quality of life. And you want to do something that like makes you feel productive and feels like satisfied in your life. So basically, this was my last year of year 10 to enjoy the just like lazing around and doing bullshit before year 11 starts, and I have to be productive. I have to lock in, and I have to, because in year 11 and 12, like I'm in year 12 now, or I'm going into year 12 now, every move you make has like a minor impact on your ATAR, and your ATAR has an impact on your life. So like you feel super duper like, I don't know, bad or guilty when you're like procrastinating, because you know that you're kind of hurting your ATAR. But year 10, it's not that deep. So I was like, bro, I have to enjoy my last holidays before shit gets serious. I'm gonna do as much pleasurable things as possible. I want to live the lifestyle that brings the most of a brain chemical called dopamine and oxytocin, which are two chemicals that spike happiness and like arousal. Pause. I mean like arousal and like you're like alert and you're like enjoying life sort of thing. So back then I was trying to like, I wasn't doing this actively of course, but I was like, bro, like this is my last year, last holidays to have fun. I'm gonna like spend a lot of time on Instagram and Snap. I'm gonna watch a lot of Netflix and YouTube. I'm gonna like, I don't know, just plug in like Spotify, and like if I'm doing something, I have to have like music in my ears, because I need to like just crank up my dopamine before school starts. And I have to like because when year 10 starts, you have to then like lock in a bit more, and then year 11 is like full lock in. So this was the time, if any time, to just do nothing and like kind of like guilt free do things that aren't productive. So that's what I was doing the entire holidays long. I was doing like, if I had two choices, do what's fun or what's a bit less fun, a tiny bit less fun, but 10 times more productive, I would choose what's more fun, literally, because my only factor in making choices was trying to have as much fun as possible. So that's what I was trying to do, right? And I remember especially at the end of days at nighttime, and I say nighttime, I mean 2:30, 3:30 at night when I actually go to sleep. I'm like, today I did literally from the morning, and by morning I mean 12 or 11 a.m. I was just maximizing dopamine, having as much fun as possible, and my life isn't really that. I'm not having as fun, or I know that I'm not that satisfied. I'm not having much fun. I'm really not. Even though, scientifically speaking, I'm supposed to be, because I'm doing everything that makes you happy. All the short-term things, right? I was doing all of it. I swear to God, all of it. And I wasn't as happy as I could be. Now, I didn't know why, because I was like, dude, there's no way I can do more Instagram. My parents are crashing out at me every 20 seconds for being on my phone. There's nothing more I could do. So I wonder what I'm missing. So yeah, that was my life back then. And now I look back to today. Now, I don't know, I mean, not just today, but these holidays, the previous holidays, it's just even during school, how I am in school. And I realized that there's actually a sharp difference between back then and now, in that now, genuinely today was more fun than this day 2 years ago, when I was probably doing things that I considered more fun. And I was confused. I was thinking, why is it the case that even though I'm doing something that because today, I'll tell you what I did today. I woke up sort of late, 9:30, I think, because I was up at 1 editing that video I made last night. So check it out, because I sacrificed sleep for that, so check it out. But I woke up kind of late. First thing though, I started working on, should I even say it? I'll just say what it was. I was working on the UCAT, which is a test that you do to get into medicine. So I did some questions on that, and yeah, I grinded out some of that stuff, maybe for I don't know, today was a pretty slow day. It wasn't super productive. It was just a slow day. I did 2 hours, and I ate ice cubes, and then stood outside. It's like a guilty pleasure where you put ice cubes into your mouth, and you let the ice turn into water, and it's super cold water because it used to be ice, and you stand in the sun and it's evaporate the ice. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know why I said that, but the point is, I was doing things like that, and that was my day, just sort of working a tiny bit, sort of relaxing without plugging into dopamine. And now I'm here, supposed to be running, but I'm recording a video instead, and I can confidently say that today was way more fun and happy to me than my life 2 years ago. And another thing I want to say is, me right now, literally in this moment recording this video, I'm having more fun than I was when what was I doing till I was bad? I made a video yesterday, so today I spent some time checking if the view count went up and seeing if I got more subscribers. So I spent time doing that and researching the best audio thing. Where was I? So today I realized that right now, me sitting here on this brick wall, sort of at this oval, just talking to myself, I'm having more fun doing this than when I was doing something that I guess would be more fun, which is looking at my data, or even looking at other videos and how to make videos or stuff like that. And the reason is, I figured out something that I call my inner compass, and I think everybody has their inner compass. And the inner compass, it's if I told you to close your eyes and imagine the best day ever for you, not the best day ever, let's go with the best life ever. So I know it's a big thing, but just imagine which life would you be the most happy in. So there's some, I guess, ways you could start thinking about what would be the most fun day, or the most fun life. So some people might think the most fun life for me is I wake up late and then I plug in dopamine and then I spend day with girls. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, just chasing pleasure. I think the word is called hedonism, where the purpose of life for a hedonist is having as much pleasure as possible in terms of all types of pleasure. And your purpose in life is just maximizing pleasure 24/7. So that is one philosophy that people think about having their most fun life possible and their best life possible. But then there's some people, and I think really all of us as humans, like, I think that the reason that humans are like superior to like animals in terms of like cognitive stuff, and the fact that humans are able to like create these light poles, make these ovals, make the houses, because humans aren't entirely satisfied with hedonism, which is chasing pleasure. Humans are more satisfied when they have a goal or a purpose that they're so humans are more satisfied when they have a goal or a purpose that they're trying to achieve. And honestly, like, if you do enough like inner work, inner work is where it's something I call where you think about things that you like, but more than that, here's the actionable step. Like, if you've watched it this far, I'm not gonna like just let you watch me yap here. I'm gonna make you do something productive. So after this video, grab a book and then write down this. So the first thing I want you to write down is, what does the best life for me look like? Now, for me, I want to start off by sharing mine, and then you can use what I say here to make a decision. So for me, the best life for me would be I wake up early. The reason I say I wake up early is because in my life currently, there's some days I wake up late and some days I wake up early. I've noticed immediately, if I wake up early, I don't care. So if I do the exact same things in a day, but on one day I woke up at 11 a.m. and one day I woke up at 5:15 a.m., the day I woke up at 5:15, I'm actually just intrinsically more proud of myself than I would if I woke up at 11. So my ideal day and my ideal lifestyle, I wake up at 5:15 or some early time where enough to feel proud of myself, right? So that's the first thing. I wake up sort of early. The next thing I do is I do some type of work that I'm proud of myself for. And you may start to detect a pattern here, which is my ideal life isn't doing things that are super fun and dopamine inducing, but things that I'm proud of myself for. And I know 100% you're thinking, he's just saying this because he has a YouTube channel now. He wants to look like a self-improvement guru. No. Think like this. The person who was the first person in history to build a hut, right? He built that hut and he was proud of himself for that. And because he built that hut and he was proud of himself for that, he was then able to inspire all of these houses and suburbs around me and everything like that. And the reason I say this is because I think all of like human progress happens when you do stuff that you're proud of yourself for. And really the whole point of this video here is me trying to say that Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, in this whole video, you're more proud of yourself when you're more happy and satisfied in your life when you do things that you're proud of, not necessarily things that are dopamine inducing. It took a while to get here, but if you made it this far in the video, then I think you are the people that actually like need to learn this, or like deserve to know this. And it's that my bag's about to get stolen, bro. Hang on. So the point I'm trying to make is that you're more happy and fulfilled in life when you're not doing things that are traditionally like what the fuck. Alright, so let's go for a walk. I think that you're more intrinsically happy when you're doing things that you find more fulfilling and you're proud of yourself for, not things that are straight fun. And 100% you can relate to this. 100%. If there's something that you're think of something that's important to you. This video has no structure at all. I'm gonna have to redo this. You know, I'll probably make a like a real guide where I'm like explaining this properly, but I think there's some value in like just me sitting here and chatting. So should I restart this? Should I restart? I could be like, if you're watching this video, nah, fuck, I'll keep going. So what I've learned is that you're actually more satisfied in life when you do things that make yourself proud, not things that make yourself happy. And this comes back to my internal compass, because your internal compass points towards your ideal lifestyle. And chances are you're going to achieve your ideal lifestyle not by doing fun things, but by doing things that make you proud of yourself. So at the end of the day today, I would be more proud if I worked for 6 hours today than if I didn't. I didn't do 6 hours today. I did bullshit today, to be honest. But I would be more proud of myself for doing more of the gooder habits than doing more of the badder habits. And I guess everyone knows this, but then it begs the question, if everyone knows, I'd be more satisfied doing things that make me proud than things that don't make me proud and make me fun, but I'm kind of like embarrassed about doing anyway, then why doesn't everyone do the alpha male top motivational stuff? No, it's because, and the reason is because our brain naturally gravitates towards high dopamine things. Your evolutionary programming is like, you cannot defeat this. Like, your brain is forced, when you got two options. Option A, either you do something super fun and dopamine maxing, or pride maxing, like things that makes us proud. You're more likely to do what's more fun because your brain is literally programmed to chase the fun things. Because in caveman days, proud means going into a cave and fighting the black bear with your fists, and dopamine means eating red berries. Now, the caveman that went to the cave, he got mauled by the black bear. He didn't pass down his genetics, but the one who ate berries all day, he did. So our genetics comes from the berry man. So because of that, we can't fight against our intrinsic will to chase dopamine, right? So the point is, if you have two options, dopamine or proud, you pick dopamine. Like literally 95% of the time. So then how do we turn the tide and actually make more of the proud maxing options? You do this by removing the option to have the dopamine thing. Now for me, around 1 year ago today, if you've checked on social media, you probably haven't, but I haven't got Insta or Snap or like anything like that. And I've been like off of that for like about a year now. And this makes very like obvious, like, oh no shit bro, but if you haven't got bad things to do, you're not going to do the bad things. So what I'm trying to say is that if you really, really want to maximize your chances of doing the good things, you have to understand that your brain is always doing things. You're always doing things. You're either doing a bad thing or doing a good thing. If you remove all of the bad things, you have no choice but to do good things. I'm not going to wake up and then sit on my couch and look at the roof for the entire day. If I have nothing fun to do, I'm going to end up, you know what, bro, I've got nothing to do. I may as well do some work, right? I know everyone can relate. Everyone can relate. You're like either sick of Instagram, you're sick of doing the bullshit. You're like, bro, I may as well do something, and you do it. If you could turn that on every single day, how farther in life would you be, right? And I'm telling you, the only way to do that is you wanna remove as much of the negative options you have, and once you remove the negative options, then it's much easier to pick good choices, because it's like, it's either option A or option A. It's option A. There's no option B and option D and option F for failure, but only option A for A time. But the point is, I guess the lesson of today's video is that two things. In fact, I might even re-record this and put it at the front, but then I may then decide that to actually get this key information, you have to watch this far in the video. I think I'll do it like that. But what I'm trying to say is that, here's the thing. So, if you have a fun option and a fun option and a not as fun option, your brain overarchingly will pick the fun option. The only way to pick the non-fun option is to then remove the initial fun option. So that's my first lesson. Second lesson is, if you do this for long enough, you'll find that doing simple things actually makes you more happy, because the internal compass inside of you is telling your brain, I'm on track to achieving my goals. I'm happier doing work than not doing work, because when I'm doing work, my brain isn't telling myself, you may miss your goal. My brain's saying, you're doing everything you can to achieve your goal. Then I don't feel guilty. I feel like, you know what, like, doing work is hard, but at least I'm gonna get closer to my goal now. And that motivates you. So once you stop doing the extremely high dopamine things, when you start doing more like low dopamine things, like chilling at the park, sprinting between two light poles, and recording videos to yourself for your 15 subscribers, then you find that more fun, because the internal voice inside of you that is always feeling a bit ashamed of yourself and feeling guilty actually thinks, you know what, currently I'm having more fun because I feel better about myself. And your brain would prefer to feel better about yourself than to just plug into dopamine, because everyone has ambitions, and real happiness comes from chasing the ambition, not chasing the dopamine. So this is like literally unscripted. This is a full rant, without a script, with no planning at all. So if you like this, then you're in luck, because I'm gonna make more of these, because they're just so easy to make. I'll just come to an oval, I go anywhere, pull out my phone and start ranting, like, genuinely. And I like it too. Like, you may have noticed, like, maybe like 5 minutes ago, I was shouting on my phone, because I actually find this stuff like interesting. So yeah, that is let me fully summarize. The full summary is, if you want to do productive things that aren't fun, you need to remove the fun options, either by just blocking them out, or you can slowly like cut them off and put like time limits and restrictions and stuff like that, you can do that too. That's fine. I would prefer, for me, I like to just block things off because I have like no control of myself. I do things like on a whim, like this video. So I really like to just block things off completely. But if you're someone who can have the necessary self-discipline, then do that. That's fine. But the second thing is, after you do it long enough, you'll actually start to enjoy the life on this side of the grass. No, the grass is greener on this side. Cause I was on the other side. I look back at this side. I see, oh, it's got green ass grass, but it's a big fence hop. If you hop the fence and you're on this side of the fence, the grass is greener here. Like this grass is so flipping green, bro. And the grass here is like dead and like bad. So yeah, like that's the lesson of today's video. Yeah. Thanks guys for listening. Makes my day, for real.